Good evening, Lonnie. How are you doing today?
Not so well, Colleen. I have issues. I have a problem with the government capitalizing on the American dream. It's always been in the back of my mind as far back as I can remember that the American dream seemed to be more of a responsibility than a dream, I guess, or a burden maybe. And I mean, given my age, I guess you could call it a midlife crisis or call it crazy or whatever. But I feel that home ownership is a big burden, and you spend you spend so much time. You spend more time going to work than you do to living your life. You spend more hours a day working to pay for the house and the car you're driving than you do living your life. And I mean that's a problem for me. There's no freedom in that. I think once you buy into a home, buy a piece of property, which I mean you basically only rent the property, even though your name's on the deed. The township or the county, they charge you, an annual fee to keep your name on that deed, and just so much of your life is put into keeping the American dream, making sure that you can have the American dream, and the government capitalizes on it, and once I mean they count on people to to live the American or want the American dream, and they capitalize on it. It just sucks so much out of people. But I think most people are conventional of a conventional mind, and they don't really think outside of the box and think of alternative ways of living. So for me, that's been a big issue for the last few months. It's really weighed on me, and yeah, I have an issue with the conventional way of thinking. I guess maybe I don't have a problem. I mean, maybe everyone else that thinks conventionally and lives their lives to work and pay for the house they live in. Maybe they're the ones with the problem.
So basically, what you're saying is you believe that we, as people who wish to live as the American dream of owning a house, and we basically are backwards on that American dream.
No, I said maybe you guys are thinking it.
Right.
I mean, right?
But you
Not
feel that that's not your American dream anymore.
right because I've owned houses. I've had mortgages. Well, I still have a mortgage, but it's when I calculate and think about, which I probably shouldn't do, but how many hours a day you actually put into work and going to work, you have less hours a day to yourself or your family. I mean, you have very little time a day, and if you're going to school, you even have less time. I mean,
That is
you
true.
basically go to work, go to school, come home, go to bed.
That is what I do.
So I mean, it just doesn't seem like freedom for me. Up until now, for 49 years, I've done it the conventional way, and I've seen two or three states, and that wasn't the whole state. It was just family vacations. You pack up, you save up, and pack up, and run down to the destination, spend a week, hurry home so you can go back to work. So I mean, I think freedom for me right now is to get away from the American dream and not stress about the government taking all my money to just to have a roof over my head, a place to keep the things that I buy.
Because basically, like you said, you own the house, but yet you're still paying for it. You're still paying the government to have that house.
Yes, they even if my mortgage, even when your mortgage is paid off, you still have to pay the local government. You're basically renting, lot renting, even though your name's on the deed. You're basically lot renting as long as that house sits there
And that would be in
forever.
Texas, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
even after you're gone and the next person, they're still capitalizing on this piece of land. Who says the government owns this land? You know, I think it was it was free to begin with. How does the city of Marshall own this lot? I mean, your name's on it, but you rent it.
Mhm. So, what are you going to be doing to make you feel better about how you're feeling about the government? You know, about your.
I don't think there's anything I can do by myself to change the government. But for me not to think about how the government capitalizes on everybody, I think just just enjoying the freedom that I'm planning, to do a lot of traveling. I think once I'm out on the road, I'll think less about the government, and you know, they'll still be capitalizing on me in a small way, but I don't think I won't stress over it, because um, I'll have a lot more time on my hands for one thing, and I won't be dragging myself out of bed to go to do something daily that I really don't want to do, just so I have a paycheck coming in to pay for the house and the lot that it sits on. So yeah, for me, to answer your question, having more freedom will allow me not to think about the the capitalization on me and everyone else.
And that's going to make you feel better.
Yeah, because I won't be thinking about the government as much, and I don't really think about the government. It's just the system in general.
Right.
How it is.
Yes. And so you are traveling.
Yes, that is my intent. My initial intent is 2 years on the road. I think it was way past 8 minutes.
No, it's only 7 minutes and 30.
Wow, it felt like 25 minutes.
Yeah, no. And that's my neighbor yelling at his dog.
Um,
So I understand what you're saying. I understand that you are going to be traveling and making time for yourself.
and meeting
And-
other people.
Right, but you're going to be feeling better about yourself, about not making. I guess I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I'll feel better because I'll be experiencing more freedom, I suppose. I mean, I will have to live minimalistically, obviously, because my funds will be limited. Unless I find work that I can do remotely. From a laptop or what have you. But and I think at this point in my life too, I look back and I see not only do I not like 35% of my paycheck going to the everything else, for taxes, and then the other 70%, the 70% of what I take home going to your car payments, your mortgage, your taxes, and everything else. I think I'm just at a point in my life too where seeing what the United States has to offer. I mean, it just appeals to me because I haven't been out there. I've been in Michigan my whole life.
And this is going to make you. This is going to make you happy. This is going to make you enjoy something that you feel that you're missing.
Yeah, maybe really freely, truly enjoy life for a while.
Right.
Without the rat race, without being caught up in the rat race.
Getting up every morning, going to bed, going to work, and then coming home and paying for something that truly isn't yours.
Yes, I mean, I guess you could almost consider. I mean, for me, I mean the house that I just, that I'm in now. It sometimes I look at it as it is maybe not so much a prison, but it is a ball and chain. I mean, it's a ball that I can't move, and I can only go so far as the length of chain that it's attached to, because I have to make sure I get back to it every night to make sure I can get recharged and go back to work the next day.
Yes.
And I can't just take off and go for 4 or 5 months to the other side of to the West Coast or something.
I understand. Thank you for sharing that with me. I do understand what you are saying, and I don't emphasize with you. I
Empathize?
empathize. Or no, because it's
You don't feel sorry for me?
You're not sad. I
No,
mean,
I'm excited.
You're not sad. You're embarking on a new life that you're choosing to take for a couple years
Yep, I know.
to make
Alternative.
yourself happy.
Get it out of my system.
All
Who
right.
knows? Maybe I'll enjoy it and find a way to stay out there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you.